Hey guys, so today we're getting to know our panelists for the up and coming event, The Art of Style. And we had the lovely, fabulous Miss Shani with us,
Hi.
celebrity stylist, boutique owner. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just really excited to be here and to just talk about the event and like to allow people to get to know me more so that way you can understand like what is this girl doing on the panel and why? Why does she even call her? So I just feel like it's a good time to get to know each
Absolutely.
other.
We're going to jump right into it,
Okay,
okay?
let's go. Let's go.
So, can you describe to me your experience in the fashion industry?
Okay, so I actually went to Cheney University. Hold on, because she was getting in the way. So I went to Cheney University. I majored in communications and I minored in fashion. I just really fell in love with fashion because when I was a child, my grandmother used to take me shopping every single Saturday. So my mom would drop me off on the weekends. My grandmother would bring me some candy, like some kind of like, remember the rock candy, the pops or something like that. So she would bring me all this candy from the candy store on Fridays. My mom would drop me off, and then I would stay the night. On Saturday morning, I would have to wake up, clean the house, and we would go shopping.
That's my grandma.
And so every single Saturday since I was a kid, I had so much clothes. Like Easter, I think my grandmother would get me 4 outfits. Like it's only like one body. She kind of just was like OD even back then. So like in college, I had like full length fur coats. I would wear with a swimsuit. Like I would wear like green wigs with a green outfit. I just always expressed myself through fashion. And then when I met my boyfriend at the time, he was like an entrepreneur, the unofficial kind. And I told him I wanted to open a boutique, and he said okay. And so I opened my first boutique, 20th and Walnut. And then after that, I did that for a few years. I moved to LA and I became a celebrity stylist.
Okay, so
I got thrown into that. So it was unexpected. It wasn't a dream. It wasn't a goal. It was just like my girlfriend's story, my childhood friend. We both were in LA. She had a friend, his name is Joe Exclusive. And he just was like, girl, what do you do? So I told him what I did. At the time, I was like an administrative assistant. I think I was an admin for, I used to work at Merrill Lynch in New York City.
Okay.
So that was my last job. Outside of that, my boyfriend took care of me. So I really didn't work. So when he told me about being a stylist, I was like, okay, well, I'm kind of stylish, so I think that would go. My first client was Keisha Cole.
Okay.
I literally had no experience. It was on the job training. So it was be here at 11 a.m. Here's her address. And there you go.
Okay.
So when I went there, she was really, really nice. Like I was kind of nervous because I've been around celebrities. I lived in LA for a long time, but I've really never had like a job with them. So it's totally different when you're in someone's house with their husband and their child and their mom and their dog. It's like, it's very intimate. So I really just wanted to do a good job. So I took like my Merrill Lynch background, my professional background, my entrepreneurial skills. I had already owned a boutique. So I said, I just want to give great customer service and make sure I don't lose any of the items. So back then, when I started out, you would go to the stores, like I could go to Versace, Chanel showrooms and pull. Saks, Neiman Marcus, and you just pull everything, take it to your client, and whatever they want, they try it on, they see what they want to buy, they would want to purchase, and they would keep it, and you take whatever they didn't want back.
Okay.
I don't know if they're really doing that today. I don't know how, but studio services was just amazing, and you have your client, you sign a contract, you have good credit, you have to have a credit card, you have to have good credit, you have to have good relationships. Because you're responsible for some unique pieces, sometimes archive pieces that you cannot replace. So, yeah, that's like my introduction to fashion.
Okay. So what would you say a celebrity stylist is? Like, what's your definition of a celebrity stylist?
I think that sometimes people believe a stylist is like you have personal style, which that's great. But when you are styling someone else, you are responsible for their look. So when you have a celebrity, the first thing that everyone judges is their appearance, right? Their skin, their hair, their makeup, their clothing. So being a celebrity stylist is someone who is contracted or hired to do a job for a celebrity, which is like a person that has a persona. So we know let's take Beyonce. Yeah, she's Beyonce, she's a mom and she's a wife, but she's also an artist. So that person has a actual look. Right. And you're responsible for, like, you have Colin Carter, who is amazing. Like, I feel like he does an amazing job. Law Roach. There are some really amazing people who are, whether they're going to the Met Gala, whether they're going to a party, if they're going on tour, music videos, photo shoots for magazines and things like that, for promotional items. You're responsible for that look. So that may not always be just an outfit in the store.
Right.
So like one of my clients did a video shoot, and actually Bree worked with us that day, and I did like a caution tape look.
Okay.
So it's like we just wrapped her up in caution tape. It was the look. It went with the scene. So being a stylist is not just about pulling clothes. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you have to get things made. Mm-hmm. Most stylists are artists and they're creative. You know, it's like when the way someone looks, you're giving them, you're adding to their confidence. You're adding to who they are and how they perform and how they do their job. Because if you look good, you feel good. Absolutely. And you do a better job.
Confidence is definitely part of it.
I think being a celebrity stylist is just about really being in the artistic department of wardrobe when it comes to a celebrity or an artist.
Okay, so if someone wanted to become a celebrity stylist, like what tips would you give them, or like how do they, go about that career?
I would say, for me, the best route was education, number one. Mm-hmm. I think you can go on YouTube. You can do like a podcast or read a book about it, but educate yourself first on, style and what is style. Who are your favorite designers? What kind of fabrics? What are the difference in fabrics? Right. What's the difference between cotton and satin and wool and, or a blend or polyester, or you want to know like fabric. You want to know the construction of a garment. I know the construction of a garment because you want to know about, if you have certain clients, you want everybody to be comfortable in their skin. Some people don't like things, they may feel as though, I don't like my shoulders. Some people don't like, I don't know, they don't want their breast area exposed. It's just different things that you get to know about people. So you want to know about the construction of a garment, but you also want to know about people's body types and how to help somebody dress for like what is their body type. So I think yes, it's a big deal because you have to know like, okay, if I have broader shoulders, I don't want certain things that's going to make me look boxy. If a person has a shorter torso, it's just all of that goes into styling.
Absolutely.
But I would suggest, in addition to educating yourself, also get a mentor. My mentor is amazing. I feel like I learned so much more than just fashion, just like about etiquette, or when it comes to just really how to handle pressure, because you work under a lot of pressure. I mean, it's definitely, it can be intimidating, and it can also be like off-putting, like, oh my gosh, I don't want to deal with this. Like, imagine someone is like, you can't find their dress. It just didn't show up. What are you going to do?
Right.
Like, you have to be able to handle pressure. Okay. But I think the best way to get started is to get a mentor.
Okay. So I have another question. I know you style a lot of celebrities. Who's your favorite? Who has been your favorite?
Because I am from Philly and he is no longer here, I'm going to say PNB Rock. Okay. Yes. He was just like an amazing soul. I had got that job actually through my friend Tiffany. And so I didn't even know I was going to style him, I don't think. I believe she just called me and was like, hey friend, I need you. And I showed up and he was great. And I just went right into the room and I was like, listen, I just want to tell you, we're about to be real intimate. I know we're just meeting. I'm going to probably be all over you, but I just want to do a good job. I want you to look great and I want you to have a good shoot. And it was all great energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, why fashion?
Why fashion? I feel like it saved my life. I feel like fashion was the thing that I could do when I felt like, when I was depressed or low, or I felt like I was in relationships where I was being abused or disrespected and cheated on. No matter what, I would still get up, do my hair, my makeup. I would put on like, my outfits always go with my mood. So if I dress like tomboy or sexy or more, sheer, like I feel like I was a stripper in the past life. I don't know. I wear a lot of sheer stuff. Okay. Yeah, I just use that as a form of therapy. It's like I believe in retail therapy because by the time I put my clothes on and I go out into the world, I feel like no matter what is going on, I can face it and I can conquer it. And I've used fashion as a way of healing other women. So, as a boutique owner or a celebrity stylist, I use that time to pour into the next woman and to just allow her to really see things that I see in her that she may not see in the moment. So the difference between a celebrity stylist and someone who's like a designer is like you may send in a dress, but I'm zipping it up on the person.
Gotcha.
So if I'm doing that, that's like a big deal because I'm all over their personal space. And I just use fashion as a way to not just express myself, but to support other women and their brands and their dreams and things like that too. So yeah, it's just who I am. And I've segued into healthcare, and the only way I've done that as well is because I was a stylist. Like there were times where I didn't even have like money to eat or pay my bills. I could just swipe a credit card, but I had no cash, and I just wanted to switch gears and do something different. So now I own like group homes and things like that, and it's been like for the past 5 years. But right before that, I was like, I would get a call from from Rough Riders, Wadeen, and it's times where he would call me and ask me to do a job, and I had no money. Literally, like, if he didn't call me, I didn't eat.
Gotcha.
And so, fashion it's the foundation for everything that I've done in my life, and I'm so grateful for it.
I agree. I think what got me into fashion the most, outside of me just always loving clothes and loving looking nice, is that when I started my business, I didn't start as a styling people. It just became part of it. If I'm going to do a shoot, I got to make sure you look nice.
Yes.
And the reaction I would get from them when they get their photos, they see how they look, made me feel good. Like, look how, you just look good. Like,
because
that
it just
reaction
feels good. It's like, again, supporting the next woman in her dreams or her image of herself and all those things, her self-esteem, her self-confidence. Like, we need that. We need that community.
I agree, definitely. Well, it was a pleasure speaking with you.
You too. Thank you.
So if you haven't got your tickets yet, you need to get your tickets. Link is in my bio. The Art of Style, April 14th at Saks, and you'll see Shani there with a list of other people.
I'm so excited.
I
can't
too.
wait.